Hello, hello. I am Coach Corey Sartori, and I am excited to dive into habits today, how they can make or break our lives. It is our habits that help us move forward or keep us stuck. And so I want to dive into habits today. I'm Coach Corey Sartori, and I get to help high achieving women create their dream life. I absolutely love that I get to do this, and I'm excited to talk to you about habits and how they can either help you create your dream life or hold you back. So we're going to do this quick because I want to value your time. But I want you to also think about, as we begin, what are your daily habits? And not just the things you do, but your thinking mind, because both of these things are very important for creating your dream life. So I want to just quickly share with you, before I started my personal transformation, my self-development back in 2013, I want to share with you some of the habits that I had and why I was in a codependent toxic relationship. Why I was unhappy was because of my habits. Because for most of my 20s, I was really unhappy. I was in a codependent toxic relationship. And I think in that there was a lot of emotional habits, a lot of mindset habits. I was very reactive and angry. I was drinking every day, right, to numb. So that was another habit that was keeping me stuck. I surrounded myself with a lot of toxic people, not just my romantic relationships, but my friendships. And so there were habits, daily habits, right? Go hang out with my friends, bitch about life, complain about other people, be judgmental. Those habits were keeping me stuck, and I had no idea. And so when I started my self-development journey in 2013, having to unlearn a lot of the things, those habits that I'd just been doing, because that's what I did for a decade plus, I had to build awareness around them so I could start to shift and change them. And you don't know what you don't know until you know it, right? Like, you know that drinking every day is not a good idea, but it's how I numb the pain. And to me, it was like just what I did. It's cool. Like, let's go have drinks. But it was keeping me unhealthy and unhappy and just like in this stuck, funky, gross place. And so I had to start building habits around like those things that I did, that awareness around those habits. Like, okay, well, this isn't serving me. What the heck am I doing? And then I also had to be aware of my thinking mind, right? What were my thoughts? Because I had been conditioned in so many years of life and the toxicity that was in my life. There were certain ways of thinking that were not adding value. And I just didn't know what I didn't know. You know, I remember seeing other women, interacting with other women that were truly happy and joyful. And I just was like, she is so fake. Like, that girl's fake. She's fake. Because I did not have my own self-love, confidence. And so I would see other women in that. And so that was a habit, that habit of judgment to other women. Like, they wanted what I have. But for me, I didn't really feel like it was possible. So that was a thinking habit. So there's multiple things in the habit world. And so I'm just going to touch on a couple things today to hopefully offer you value. And as I do this, take notes, because I want you to take away what I give in these videos. I really want to share value. You know, what I teach, these are the things I teach my clients. So take the time to take notes and take the time to get into action. So let's dive in. So I want to just offer you 4 things today that are going to help you change your habits so you can start to change your life. And just small, simple things. And I want you to do it. So let's dive in. So the first one is you have to build awareness around what you want. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know I do a lot of vision and goal work. And so that clarity of where do I want to be in a year from now, or maybe it's 5 years from now, you have to get clarity on who that person is. You know, I've hosted a lot of workshops called Unlock Your Inner Goddess, which is my group as well on Facebook. And the visualization, which is actually on the masterclass. If you go to the top of my group and go to featured, that masterclass is there. But unlocking your inner goddess helps you build that clarity on who you want to become. And so that clarity is like the first thing. You have to decide what kind of life you want. Who do you want to be? That clarity for me back in 2013 is why I am living my best life now. Like, if you can see, my eyes are bloodshot. I've been crying for like all week because I'm just like so in love with my life and so grateful. And you know, I go to spin this morning and I'm like crying on my bike, and then I like get home from spin and I'm like crying because my life is awesome. But it's because I knew I wanted more, and I started to get clear on who I wanted to be and how I wanted my life to end up. And that clarity is why I have this life, why I'm crying from gratitude. So you need to build that awareness around what you want. And then the next thing is you have to reflect on your daily and weekly habits. So awareness is everything in self-development. Like, awareness is everything. And so you need to start saying, okay, well, what are those daily habits from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed? Am I doing, you know, the same thing in the same way? How can I switch it up? What habits are serving me? Maybe what habits can I remove? What can I add, right? Like, this is a lot of self-reflection. Think about if the habits, right? Maybe those thinking habits you get in your car and you're driving to work and you're pissed off because everyone's slow and stupid, right? That is probably a habit that you have created from, you know, running late or whatever. But those thinking habits, be aware of them. I really want you to build awareness. What are the thinking habits? What are the habits I physically do, right? For me, I did a lot of drinking. And it didn't add value to my life. Now I drink a ton of water. It's a whole new world, and it's filled with joy and happiness. So think about what you need to change. And then as you build awareness around these changes, the next thing is you have to start to make small changes. You do not need to go from 0 to 100. That will not work. It never does, right? New Year's happens. We're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to the gym every single day. And we haven't been in like months. That's not realistic. And going from 0 to 100 it's not going to support you. I've seen it 100 times where people do it and then they get defeated. Their mindset that they haven't worked on tells them they're not good enough. And so small little changes is how you're going to win. Okay. And then the last thing, I want you to ask for feedback from people that love you, people that support you, people that want you to be your best self. If you don't have good relationships, like if you don't have a good relationship with your mom, don't go ask her for advice. If your partner is going to give you like his or her, feedback from their point of view, maybe don't. Like, ask somebody that is in your world that loves you and cheers you on all the time. If you need somebody, you're welcome to send me a DM. Let's connect. But if you can find that person in your life that loves you and is cheering you on and ask them for feedback, right? They see things you don't. We all have our blinders up. We're like, oh, what? I don't know I do that. You do. It sucks sometimes people say feedback is the F word and they hate it, but it is so valuable because when you hear from other people how you're showing up, it can allow you to say, okay, that's good awareness, so I can start making changes. So really a lot is build awareness. So I really hope that you took value. So those are the 4 things. I'm going to quickly run through them one more time. Build awareness around what you want. So what is your vision a year from now or 5 years from now? Reflect on what your daily and weekly habits are. Start a journal, write it down. What do you need to change? What can you let go of? Start to make small changes. So maybe I get up 5 minutes earlier. Maybe I get up 10 minutes earlier. You don't have to go from, I'm going to get up at 8 a.m. to 5 a.m., like small baby steps. And then ask for feedback from people that love you and are supporting you and cheering you on, because it is valuable and it can be uncomfortable and they might tell you and you might be like, F you. And that's okay. Sit with it and ask questions. So thank you for being here and thank you for being you. I have 3 spots open right now. If you are ready for transformation, if you want to create healthy habits, I have got you. So I have 3 spots open for my one-on-one coaching program. Send me a DM with the word habits if you are ready to transform your life. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I'll see you soon.